Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. We are talking about Austin Drummond in court today, back in Tennessee, facing charges in one of the most shocking cases of the year so far, in my opinion. A quadruple murder that has left four people dead and a baby abandoned on the stranger's yard. After a week-long manhunt, Drummond was captured and hit with 4 counts of first-degree murder. Breaking news in the last, 48 hours, there has been 2 more arrests in the Austin Drummond case. Eric Wise Jr. and Michelle Ovlis. They have been indicated as accessories, bringing the total number of alleged helpers to 5. Prosecutors have already are signaling this case to move toward the death penalty. We have a lot to talk about on the other side of this.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is September 4th, 2025. It is currently 7:41 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Oh my God, I'm on time, says Mama Smurf. There she is. There she is. Thank you all so much for joining me, amazing people. I was having so much difficulty in my last live stream trying to get the camera to work. I had to go out and get a cord. And so we're good now. They don't last long around here. Not at all. Did I go to the office? Yes, I did. And I got my late slip. I did. Yes. I'm back on camera. The case out of Pennsylvania, oh man, it's a bad one. It is a bad one. There's been so much going on in the last couple months. It's just unreal. Guys, Austin Drummond is back in court today, and we're going to review some of that. And the day before yesterday, I want to say, 2 more arrests. Austin was getting some help. He was really getting some help. I'm surprised that there's people that would help someone out like that. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if you knew your friend would, for whatever reason, most of us don't have friends that unalive other people, but let's just say that they did, and they called you, and you knew that they had unalived 4 people and left a baby on the side of the road, you would call police. Period. Right? You're gonna call police. But these people didn't. They didn't. And that's just that. Guys, before we get started, if you would do me a big, big favor in the live stream and on our replay crew, would you please hit that thumbs up button? Would greatly, greatly appreciate that. And consider sharing the live out for extra credit. All right, guys. Wenots, thank you so much. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you so much for your support. You are now a Pearl. We ordained you. There we go. Welcome, my dear. Andrea, thank you so much for a new membership, my dear. Baby, come back. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. D's Mystery, how you doing, girl? Appreciate you. Hello, Pearls. How is beautiful Winnie Pearl really coming along? It is. I just need to film in it. That's what I need to do. I just need to film in it. There's been no time. There's been no time. I was literally up until about 9 o'clock this morning because I was making shorts and videos and I had to edit them for the little girl in Pennsylvania. I didn't think it was going to turn out good, but you never know. And there's just not enough time. There really isn't, It's crazy. Thank you so much, my dear Jam. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you. Appreciate you. And D, thank you so much for 8 months of support, my dear. Appreciate you. I'm glad we've got the names back. Did y'all notice that in chat? Thank you, Jam. Yes, your names are back. It doesn't have that little @ sign and all of that is attached to it now. So there is that. Ooh, what's this? Hold on one second. Huh. Okay. I'll look at that. Thank you so much. I see you for sending that. Appreciate you. All right. So we're going to get into what's up with this. I want to show you who they arrested in the last couple days. 5 other people has helped out Drummond. Looky, 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 looky. Uno, dos. Uno, dos. There we have it, y'all. Yes, 2 more. Not more school friends. I know, God. I know it's crazy. It's crazy. I have not watched any of the court coverage today. I was preparing for this live this morning and last night, if you will. But I didn't get to watch the court today, but I hear the victims' families, or at least one of the victims' families, are there. And I hear it's very, very emotional. I don't know. We'll see. Mods, could you please drop my email address? I would greatly appreciate it. I'll put it up here on the screen as well. You can text me or email me if you have any information with this case or another case, or you want to send a tip in, 307-228-4906, or alljustice, the number 4, the letter U, at gmail.com. That you will always be considered anonymous unless otherwise you say, you know, you can use my name. Oh my, just seen your post about the 9. Oh, wake up. Let me tell you something. Go to my live just before this. It's one of the worst cases I've heard in a long time. I know I say that almost every time, but it's so bad. It's so bad. I lost sleep. Just couldn't sleep because of it. Truly. It's bad. Bad today. Okay. So Austin Drummond had his preliminary hearing today. He is the devil incarnated. I swear this man is. It's just so crazy that old dude was like, I didn't help. I never helped Austin. Well, boy, he's arrested today, mother chicken, wasn't he? So credit goes to our friends at Court TV. Hello, Court TV. We love the Court TV. Everyone over there. So here we go. Let's
be sure to speak in the microphone.
So this is Detective Brandon.
Can you state your name?
Detective Brandon Wheeler.
And Detective Wheeler, where do you work?
I work at the Dyersburg Police Department.
And were you involved in this investigation? This is the case of why we're here today.
Oh, thank you, Shannon. Thank you, darling. You are so good to me. Appreciate you, sweeties. Really do love you, Shannon. Thank you so very much, honey. Much love to you. Appreciate you very much. My loves. Shannon's very good to me. Yeah, so we were learning that Matthew was stabbed, was it 11 times? 11 times, which is, or shot, sorry, not stabbed, 11 times, which is overkill. That's overkill. Yeah, I said stabbed up. I corrected it. And you're going to hear they released a lot more information than I thought was going to happen, to be honest with you today.
Okay.
What I understand.
Okay. What were you asked to do?
I'm not sure if Special Agent Harbor reached out to us or if we reached out offering assistance, but we were trying to identify a vehicle that was of interest.
Okay. And how are you trying to do that?
So we have 2 LPR systems. There's a Motorola LPR system and the flock camera system, and we were utilizing those to try to identify a Rogue, Nissan Rogue.
What is the LPR?
License plate reader.
And was there anything in particular about the Nissan Rogue that you were looking for?
Yeah, this one in question specifically had a California plate on it, which is not typical for our area.
Okay. And the city of Dyersburg had these 2 license plate readers, right?
There's more than 2, but there are several in the city.
Those systems.
Yes.
Flock and Motorola.
Yes,
And do you have the ability to access those, right?
I do.
And can you access any other ones?
We can access other cameras that other agencies have shared with us.
Okay. And did you do that as part of this investigation?
Yes.
Who else did you access?
There's several thousand agencies that openly share their cameras with us, so we can search all of them.
We're going to get to the special agent.
And aside from Dyersburg, who else did you end up searching as it relates to this investigation?
There's another better sound.
The Jackson cameras.
Okay. I'm going to hand you up some photographs. Do you recognize that one?
I do.
Okay, and what is it?
It's a picture of the silver Nissan Rogue with California plate.
All right, and what system did that come from? Flock or Motorola?
This is from the Flock system.
And is that in Jackson or Dyersburg?
Jackson.
And what time is that?
11:32 a.m. on the 29th of July.
You hear
And,
that?
do you make that?
Listen to that.
And is that in Jackson or Dyersburg?
Jackson.
And what time is that?
11:32 a.m. on the 29th of July.
11:32 a.m.
Testimony today?
on the 29th of July.
Yes, I think that states exhibit two.
No objection.
No objection.
See, that's, we'll mark this state exhibit 2 discussion. Thank you.
And Officer Wheeler, do you recognize what's also been handed up to you now?
I do.
And, so, give me this one first. You recognize that one as well?
I do.
Okay, and what is it?
It is a picture from the Motorola system in Dyersburg, capturing the vehicle going northbound Highway 78.
And that's the same road with the California license plate?
It is.
It's the same license plate as we saw in the first.
You know, he was really sloppy. He was really sloppy. And they caught him on the cameras. All of that.
picture.
It is.
Okay. And what time of the day is that one captured?
This one was captured at 12:39 p.m. on July 20th.
And where is
12:39 p.m. on August 20th.
that one located? Where is that particular camera located at in Dyersburg?
That particular camera is located at the intersection of Lake Road and Radio Road, right in front of Love.
Lake Road and Woodrow Road, right in front of Love's. Because Matthew, he had just left work. He has a little drive home. He talked to his mother, right? And then he was supposed to go and pick up his wife and the baby from Courtney's house. And how did they make it out there?
Love's.
Okay.
Could you repeat that again, where it was, intersection of where?
Yeah, Lake Road and Radio Road,
Radio Road, okay, I'm sorry.
between Love's and Cracker Barrel.
And do you make that one an exhibit to your testimony as well?
I do.
No objection.
Show this marked as State's Exhibit 3.
And then let's go back to the second picture that I actually handed up to you. You recognize that one as well?
I do.
Okay. And is it from the same camera that you just identified as the?
I'm going to get to the
It is
FBI.
from the same set
Oh,
of
hold on.
cameras,
Look at
but in
Austin
different
right
directions.
here.
Okay, which direction does that camera face?
This one is facing southbound.
Watch Austin right here. He is the devil. Bet you it's not as comfortable now, is it, Austin? I don't think it's as comfortable now for you, you piece of garbage. Tina, thank you so much. Appreciate you, my dear. Some of the little girl's case was similar to, yes. Yep. Yes. Tina, I don't know if you ever watched the interview, but I have it on this channel of Dakota Collins's father. But it gives those vibes. It certainly does. Yeah, he's looking at us.
Agent Lawson, if you please come to the witness stand, sir.
Yes, sir.
And before you have a seat, if you would, sir, please raise your right hand.
Is he still wanting to do? It's a bad one. It is a bad one. Is he still wanting to do the a speedy trial?
Do you solemnly swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the
I
truth?
do. Thanks, sir. Yes, sir.
State your name.
My name is Scott Lawson.
And do you work for the Federal Bureau of Investigation?
I do.
Okay, what is your current assignment with the FBI?
I'm a special agent on the Safe Streets Task Force.
Okay. And did you
Special
involved in
Agent
the
FBI.
investigation as to this homicide in Lake County?
I was.
What role did you play?
Most of my experience is in the command post, assisting with cell phone analysis from tolls, working
Listen to this.
with timelines and video review to assist in the exploitation of cell phone data.
Okay. And have you received training on cell phone data?
I have.
What kind of training have you received?
I'm a member of the FBI's child abduction team, and we get yearly training with
Wow.
our.
He's on the card team. Did you know that? That's amazing. The card team is the Child Action Rapid Deployment, and there's only about 50 or so agents in the entire United States, and like 2 or 3 agents will do like a tri-state area, or maybe a little bit further out. And like when Summer Wells went missing, they used the FBI with the Child Rapid Deployment Team. I think it's what it is. I can't remember. I remember it's Child Deployment Team. Okay, but anyway, and they had said that there was no indication that anyone had taken her, and they're really, really specially trained.
Cellular analysis survey team, that's the experts at FBI headquarters with analyzing cell phone data, geolocation data. So when we deploy with the child rapid deployment team, we are consistently working in partnership with the CAS team to analyze cell phone data and kind of feed each other back and forth to further investigations.
Okay. And is that what you did here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What specific cell phone data did you look at?
Don't know.
We started off our investigation by doing a deep analysis on the tolls of the victims' cellular telephones. When I say tolls, I'm speaking of the incoming and outgoing calls from the victims' phones to include records of incoming and outgoing text messages.
Very interesting.
And when you did that, did you notice anything in particular?
Yes, we worked off a theory due to many of the victims arriving at the scene where they were murdered at various times, right? So they didn't all just appear there together. So we worked under the theory that someone must have organized a meeting or at least some type of.
Right. So they had came there at different times. Right. And I think, was Matthew the last one to arrive there?
Reason to get the 4 victims to the crime scene. So as we were looking at the victims' tolls, we were looking for any unknown or unusual cell phone activity, particularly any cell phone number that would have contacted any of the victims, consistent with maybe asking them to come to this location.
Okay. And did a number stand out?
There was one number that was immediately interesting. It showed up on the cell phone analysis at approximately 6:38 that morning, 6:38 a.m. That number was unknown as far as the tolls that we had analyzed to that point of known numbers of associates of the victims. In addition, another thing that we do when we're working these investigations is try to determine when the victims' phones stop taking calls, right? We're trying to work on a timeline. We're trying to narrow everything down so that our cell phone data is strong as possible. We noticed from the 4 victims' phones that none of the victims answered a call or made a call after 7:01 a.m. So knowing where they were located and when their phones stopped answering calls, we knew that whatever had happened to them had most likely happened right around or just before 7:01 a.m.
Holy hell. I was not expecting 7:01 a.m. Wow. That's crazy. That's early. Well, I was thinking 10, 11-ish in the morning. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, Mama Angie, you can't speak over there. They won't let you. Nope, you don't kiss their ass. But that's very surprising. 7:01 a.m. What time was it that Matt spoke to his mom? 6 something in the morning. Oh, thank you, 11 Summer. Thank you. Yes, you can mods, if you can drop my link or my email. Oh, it's yeah. If you could drop my email, I'd appreciate it. 6:23. I was thinking it was like 6:45. I couldn't remember, but it was like 6 something. Wow. And Matthew had no idea that within an hour he's likely to be dead.
And the number that stood out was that 731-345-7426.
It was.
And so prior to 6:38 that morning, it wasn't on any tolls of the victim.
Right. We subpoenaed the number and ascertained that that phone had just came on for the first time ever that morning, and that it had been purchased the night before at a Walmart in Dyersburg, Tennessee.
And so what else did you do next?
We asked for tolls for that cell phone number to ascertain who, at that time, we could only see when it had called one of the victim's phones, which we had their tolls. So we now ask for the tolls of the number ending in 7426. One of the first things we saw when those tolls came in is that at 7:01 was the last call with one of the victims, Adriana Williams. And at 7:25, it was calling persons associated with the rental of the Nissan Rogue car that was in question.
Hold on, what?
7:01 was the last call with one of the victims, Adriana Williams. And at 7:25, it was calling persons associated with the rental of the Nissan Rogue
Ooh, very interesting.
car that was in question. So we knew pretty confidently that that number was very interesting to us. We then asked for the cell phone company to provide geolocation records for the cell phone 731-345-7426. And immediately we ascertained that that number had been at the crime scene.
Ooh, damn. Boy, they got him by the testes. Oh, they do. They got him by the testes.
And had started traveling south from the crime scene at approximately 7:24 a.m. As I mentioned earlier, my job is to.
Okay, I got a question now. Wasn't the baby found on the side of the road at like 3 p.m.? I don't know yet, Ann. I don't know. Yeah, they've been doing their work for sure. So that baby, you could tell that little baby had been crying. Its poor little eyelashes were just kind of stuck together, like they were wet and they dried that way. He had to have the baby the whole time, yeah. That's crazy to me. Yeah, I'm surprised he
Combine
didn't.
the phone, the video reviews, and the timelines to make it tell a story, to help it assist in telling a story. We also had ascertained that Matt Wilson's vehicle was also going south from the crime scene, passing a camera at approximately 7:25 a.m. And the cell phone data put this newly identified cell phone number passing that same camera at a time consistent with Matt Wilson's truck going southbound.
And Mr. Wilson's truck is a late 80s F-150.
That's correct.
Can I ask one thing? I'm sorry. When you say passes the camera, are you referring to the camera that, where was that camera?
I should have been
located?
more specific. Yes, sir. So,
I apologize. I
no,
didn't
no,
mean to throw you off.
absolutely.
Yes, sir.
There was a fire station on Highway 78, just north of the main intersection here, headed towards the crime scene. And that was the video that caught the F-150 traveling southbound at 7:25 a.m.
There had been some testimony about cameras, and I was trying to make sense of which one it was talking about. So
Yes, sir.
apologize for interrupting the agent. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right, Agent Lawson, you had mentioned that 7426 called a number associated with the rental. Can you explain that?
Which means every
Yes, due to
Good point.
some good work.
very good point. Very good point. Diana says, which means everyone that came in contact after 7:01 also saw the baby as well. Yeah, it was 3:11 when he dropped that baby off. So he had that baby about 8 hours. 8 hours. Mm.
Performed previously, there was a Nissan Rogue that had been identified that had been rented in Jackson, Tennessee the day before and picked up on the morning of the homicide. This vehicle
I mean,
was captured on.
to me, they were pretty fucking careless. They were pretty careless at this. You rent a car, you got to have a credit card or a debit card, right? There's cameras on the highways. You're passing a damn prison that's got cameras everywhere. You got cell phones. I mean, he really didn't think this through. It's like he just wanted to get it done, and hell with the consequences. I don't think they think about consequences. I really don't even think they think about consequences.
License plate readers going northbound towards the crime scene and then going southbound away from the crime scene at a time later in the afternoon. In addition, there was some identification of the vehicle from a park ranger being seen at the location. The investigative team followed up with the rental agreement and with Enterprise Rental Car to learn about the who had rented this vehicle and identified a Michelle Obelis, I may not pronounce the last name correctly, Obelis, as being the renter. As that investigation continued, she had identified that the vehicle had been given to Austin Drummond and rented on Austin Drummond's behalf.
Okay. And did she have any connection to the defendant, Mr. Drummond?
Her boyfriend, Giovanni Thomas, was closely associated with Austin, and she was also closely associated with an individual named Tanaka Brown.
There we go. There we go. We're getting some names. Now, they're all from the same area too, and they're all headed up north, right? To Tiptonville area. They're just not smart. I just can't believe how dumb some people are. I'm glad that they are.
Our phone toll analysis identified that at 7:25, as the number 731-345-7426 was leaving the crime scene, it was jumping on a three-way conference call with Tanaka Brown and Giovanni Thomas.
Holy shit. 7:25 that morning. Austin is leaving the crime scene. He jumps on a three-way call and calls Tanaka and Giovanni. Sound like Katie and Edgar. Three-way call.
So obviously at this point, we were extremely interested in just learning everything we can about the user of this telephone number. We learned that upon departing the crime scene, it traveled to an area in Dyersburg, commonly known as Bikini Bottoms. Bikini Bottoms used to be like an off-road recreation vehicle area for ATVs and such. When the phone arrived at a point of interest, as this phone is traveling south towards Bikini Bottom, one of the victim's phones is traveling in concert with that phone. So that was very interesting to us as well.
Oh, wow.
Phones,
Listen to
as
that.
this phone is traveling south towards Bikini Bottom, one of the victim's phones is traveling in concert with that phone. So that was
As his phone was traveling south, so was one of the victim's phones. Now, did that mean he had the cell phone on? Was it off and they was still able to track it? I don't know, but you got to be pretty fucking dumb to keep the cell phone on or even with you. Now, like the iPhones now, they say even when they're off, they can track you. Even when they're off, it still throws a signal for an extended period of time. It's a light signal.
very interesting to us as well. Both of those phones got to the Bikini Bottom area, and the phone 731-345-7426 arrived at Bikini Bottom at approximately 7:44 a.m. and stayed in the area to approximately 9:04 a.m. Based on what we do with violent crime investigations and the knowledge base that we have, we theorize that something as far as getting rid of evidence or weapons or something had happened at that Bikini Bottom area.
And in fact, did it?
I need to find out where Bikini Bottom is. I thought it was when he said Bikini Bottom at the beginning. I thought he was like, well, he stopped at a strip club. Okay.
It did. There was, based on the phone data and the investigation in whole, search parties were organized to go to Bikini Bottom. On the day that these phone tolls were being worked, they initially found a Tennessee driver's license for Matthew Wilson. And the next day,
Oh my
we found
God.
Mr. Wilson's vehicle down a ravine there at Bikini Bottom.
They found Matthew's license, and then they found.
And that's the late 80s.
The Tennessee driver's license for Matthew Wilson. And the next day, we found Mr. Wilson's vehicle down a ravine there at Bikini Bottom.
And that's the late 80s.
Okay, so that's when they found his truck as well, shortly after that. I think it's a party area. It's like a park and ride or something.
150 truck.
Yes, sir.
Did 7426 stay?
Do they call it Bikini Bottom because it's like a park and ride where people go do things? Is that why they call that?
At Bikini Bottom?
It stayed there till about 9:04 a.m. And then it began a southeastwardly travel towards Jackson, Tennessee.
Right. And did it eventually reach Jackson?
It did.
Do you know what time?
Hold on.
Refer to my notes for a more specific.
Hold on. Wait a second.
And then it began a southeastwardly travel towards Jackson, Tennessee.
At 9:04 a.m., it started going toward Jackson, Tennessee. Now, my question is, if he's already going to Jackson, who dropped off the baby at 3:11 p.m.?
Right. And did it eventually reach Jackson?
It did.
Do you know what time?
Refer to my notes for a more specific time. We saw it arriving in the Jackson, Tennessee area at approximately 10:04 a.m.
And where did the phone go while it was in Jackson?
Okay. Again, we saw
We saw it arriving in the Jackson, Tennessee area at approximately 10:04 a.m.
10:04 a.m. back in Jackson, Tennessee. So the baby, again, doesn't get found in the yard, and it's closer to, Dyersburg, Tiptonville area than it is Jackson, Tennessee. Jackson is southeast. So how did, okay, we're just going to listen. My mind's just going
And where did
places.
the phone go while it was in Jackson?
The phone first travels to
Found at 3, not dropped off. Well, Sandy, but no, but I think they found this baby shortly after because they seen a car.
an area consistent with the Clarion Hotel in Jackson, Tennessee. It then moves towards the Cherry Grove
This is almost the
Apartments,
beginning.
and then eventually towards back up towards Dyersburg.
Okay. Let's stay in Jackson for a minute. Was there any significance to the Clarion Hotel?
Through the investigation, the Clarion was identified as a place where Austin Drummond resided regularly and potentially used as a place to organize criminal activity.
And what's his vehicle at the Clarion?
The information from the investigation is that his personal vehicle, the Audi, was at the Clarion. Mr. Tanaka Brown, who picked him up at Bikini Bottom, drove him back to his vehicle at the Clarion, and then followed him to Cherry Grove to depart.
No Pop-Tarts for you,
To
Austin.
leave the Audi sedan.
Was there any significance to the Cherry Grove apartment?
Cherry Grove Apartments is where Mr. Drummond's girlfriend, Caitlin Speed, resided. The investigation revealed that when his vehicle was departed at the Cherry Grove apartment complex, that he ascertained some cleaning style brushes at the apartment.
What?
And then you said after that,
Was departed. The investigation revealed that when his vehicle was departed at the Cherry Grove apartment complex, that he ascertained some cleaning style brushes at the apartment.
and then
So he got cleaning brushes from her apartment. He got cleaning style brushes from her apartment, and she's not like, "What are you doing?"
you said after that,
Nothing.
it starts moving back north towards Dyersburg.
I
There's a
think
little
she did.
time.
I swear, I think she did, in my opinion.
With it still being in Jackson, but by 11:55 a.m., the phone began a northwestern travel towards Bells, Tennessee.
And then it reaches Dyersburg.
We have the phone in conjunction with the license plate readers being in Dyersburg at 12:39 p.m.
So they go back.
and by 1:04 p.m. being back north of Tiptonville near the crime scene.
Hold on. What?
The phone began a northwestern by 11:55 a.m. The phone began a northwestern travel towards Bells, Tennessee.
And then
Okay, 11:55 a.m. They're headed back north.
it reaches Dyersburg.
We have the phone in conjunction with the license plate readers being in Dyersburg at 12:39.
Okay, at 12:39, they're back in Dyersburg.
p.m. and by 1:04 p.m. being back north of Tiptonville near the crime scene.
And by 1:04 p.m., they're back in Tiptonville near the crime scene. Why the hell? So 15 hours later, they're back at the crime scene. Wow. Because they were killed at like by 7 something in the morning. Right? What do you mean, Aries? They were killed at 7 something in the morning. And then 7:01 a.m., right? And then at 10:04 p.m., what am I doing? One oh four. 104. Oh, 104. He says 10:04, but it's 1:04 p.m. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm thinking, what am I? I'm thinking, am I not doing math right? Or okay, got it. It's 104.
Stay
Okay.
at the crime scene very long.
The phone appeared
So
to stay,
confused.
and a couple, just one note of reference for an education and this geolocation stuff with phones. You get these records either when a phone call is placed, a text message is placed, or some type of data transfer between the phone and the network. So Instagram sends you a notification, or your bank pops up and says you overdrafted, like any kind of data transfer, you'll get a location data.
Yep.
But a person could be at a place a couple minutes before, and we would not see that due to if there was no data transmission, could stay at a place a couple minutes after.
He did.
These time frames are based on a call being made or a data transfer happening. So
Of course, Nurse KB.
the last data transfer we saw near the crime scene was at 1:14 p.m.
1:14 p.m. Okay. Okay. Got it. So Austin unalives everyone by like 7:04 a.m., somewhere around there. He leaves the crime scene. He goes to this little park and ride share dirt road kind of place. He's there for a little bit, possibly getting rid of evidence or whatever. He then goes back to Jackson, Tennessee. He goes to his girlfriend's house. We know who she is. He gets some cleaning brushes and all that. A little bit later, they head back north. They are seen at the crime scene at 1:04 p.m. So like 6 hours later, after he unalived them, he's already back at the crime scene. I wonder if he took you know what I'm thinking? I'm wondering if that baby was there at the crime scene the whole time. Was the baby there at the crime scene the whole time? Did he just leave that baby there? Like in the car or whatever? He went to the Clarion Motel. When did he do this? I don't see him running around with the baby. He might have left that baby there the whole time. Someone testifies to it, the baby was with him. I'm telling you, I don't see how in the hell him and Tanaka. I don't see how in the hell. Oh, his girlfriend didn't know. I don't. I'm sorry. I am sorry, but I don't see how.
And then what happened?
138, we started seeing timing advanced data southbound from the crime scene.
Timing advanced data.
Timing advanced data is how a cellular tower communicates with the handheld phone device. So, in a nutshell, the cell phone towers that you see.
Oh yeah, I bet she is a I bet you she is a witness for the prosecution now. My theory is, and this is just my opinion, doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong. I'm just telling you my opinion. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion. I think she knew about it, in my opinion, and she was okay with it until it blew up into what it is. Literally a worldwide case now. And she got cold feet. It's like, oh, yeah, it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. That just, I can't help but you feel the way you feel.
Have 3 sectors that cover a 360-degree circle.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be a main
Each of
witness.
these sectors cover approximately 120 degrees. When the phone is on the network, it's constantly sending some type of signal to the phone to determine how far away it is from that network. And the primary reason is a business
The
sense
baby
from
was
the
with him
phone
and
company.
Tanaka.
They need to know which tower that phone should be using to have the strongest reception or the strongest data capability. So as that ping is going to that phone and coming back to that tower, if it's getting a little too far away or maybe a little closer to another tower, it'll tell it to start communicating with the stronger tower. So what we can do in law enforcement is we can ask to obtain that timing advanced data. And what that will do is say, when the phone was making that call or having that data transaction, what sector is it on, what 120 degree arc from the tower, and how long did it take that communication to go to the phone and back. So if you have 120 degrees and you're measuring the time from the tower to the phone and back, you're able to say that phone is somewhere in that arc that represents the amount of
Yeah,
time
if she's representing the prosecution, she's not going to talk. They're not going to allow each
from
other
the
to talk.
tower.
They're going to
and
make sure of
back.
that.
So 138, you start seeing timing advanced data moving south from the crime scene.
That's correct.
And what happened next?
Still tracking south towards Dyersburg through 2:14 p.m. Then we have another license plate reader hit in Dyersburg at 2:15 p.m. From the next timing advanced data of significance was from 2:32 to 2:35. It was tracking towards Friendship, where the 8-month-old Westland was dropped off.
Yep.
The phone hit a arc right over the house where the baby was dropped off at approximately 2:35 p.m.
Did you say the phone hit a arc? What does that mean?
So
2:35 p.m.
when
The
phone
baby.
made either a
2:35 p.m. is when they're in the area to drop off the baby.
data transfer or a phone call or a text message at 2:35, the phone communicated with the tower in an amount of time consistent that it had to be in an arc that covered the area of the home where the baby was dropped off.
Okay. So then what happened after that?
Around 2:35 to 2:55, the phone started
What video, Bear? What video?
slowly going back northbound towards Dyersburg. We learned through our investigation by 3:11 p.m. that a 911 call was coming in about the child being in the yard. From 2:57 to 3:23, the phone starts tracking.
Oh, the jailhouse fight? You mean the jailhouse fight? Yeah, we played it here. We played it as soon as we got it. Hmm. Why did he do it? I don't know. I think they think Matthew was snitching or something. Motive is in that hand. Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's reg related for sure now.
Towards Bells, Tennessee, southeast again, eventually towards Jackson.
And does it eventually reach Jackson?
It does. At 3:39 p.m., the telephone number was back in the Jackson, Tennessee area. Of great significance to the investigative team, at 4:22 p.m.
And this just shows you that now that AI is here, we are watched everywhere now. Everywhere. Especially if you're on some highway or interstate or whatever like that. With now a way you can throw that off, people can throw that off if you're not careful, is with a fake license plate or whatever. But with the phones and stuff, that's going to screw you.
I'll try to explain this. It's a little bit difficult, but I mentioned the arcs where a phone can be in. So if you've got a sector pointing this way and you have the arc, but if you're in a city and you got multiple towers close, sometimes you'll see the arc from this tower and then the other tower facing back at you, you'll see its arc. So if you ever have two arcs intercept, you can not only say the phone is in the arc, you can say it's exactly you can say with great confidence that the phone is where the two arcs intercept. You almost have to see that, but where the two arcs from two towers intersected from 4:22 p.m. to 6:06 p.m. was right over Austin Drummond's parents' home.
Oh, damn.
Intersected from 4:22 p.m. to 6:06 p.m. was right over Austin Drummond's parents' home.
Now, so Austin Drummond went to his parents' home. I didn't think his dad and mom were together, but regardless, did he not say anything? Did he not? I mean, I'm sure he probably changed pretty quickly. Yeah, their mom and dad split up, right? Have been for a long time.
Then did he leave his parents' home?
Approximately 6:34, we saw the phone being in an area consistent with the Clarion Hotel again. And then at 8:44 p.m., we saw the phone being in an area consistent.
Okay, listen to this.
The phone being in an area consistent with the Clarion Hotel again. And then at
6:34 at the Clarion Hotel again.
8:44 p.m., we saw the phone being in an area consistent with being back at Cherry Grove Apartments at Caitlin Speed's residence.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. So he's been in a lot of places that day. A lot of places that day. He's back at Caitlin's. Back at Caitlin's. Courtney and Braden came first, then a little later, Matt and Adriana. They were walking into the lion's den. They were literally walking into their death and had no idea.
And then of note, the phone went off the network. Well, let me mention this. Of note, Lake County receives a 911 call at 8:17 p.m., kind of alerting the family and the public to what's going on. The phone went off the network for the last time ever at 8:44 p.m. So the phone was just turned on for that day and then was never used again after 8:44 p.m.
Oh, So he got a burner phone. They got a burner phone. They turned it on for that day only, turned it off, and it was never used again. Interesting. 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 And the night before, Braden bought what the night before? The cell phone? Wow, the phone and tarps. Don't ever buy anything at Walmart. If you're going to commit a crime, you know how many you know how many cases have been solved because of Walmart, people shopping at Walmart? Oh, no, shop at Walmart if you're going to unalive somebody. Yeah, shop at Walmart.
Good question. Thank you, Lawson.
Yes.
So your role in this case was limited, essentially limited to the cell phone data analysis, correct?
The cell phone analysis and just assisting with interpretation in the command post of the timeline, the video, and the phone data.
Okay. All right. Now, I actually understand what you're talking about with the triangulation regarding those things. The only way, so when you have cell phone data, my understanding is, and Ruth also from your testimony, there are 120-degree arcs. Typically, cell towers have three areas, composite 360 degrees. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Right. Now, in order to determine the position of the cell phone, you can tell which sector it's in, correct?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Right. And unless you have the timing advance data, you do not have a distance from the tower, correct?
Right, that requires the timing advance data.
Right. So if you do not have the timing advance data, you just know it's somewhere in that sector.
Thank you, Mama Angie, for renewing.
Large area,
Appreciate
square
you.
miles, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. How many of these locations did you have timing advance data? For instance, you said there's one where the timing advance data gave you the triangulation directly over Austin from his parents' house.
Yes.
A couple times you testified that you had the cell phone at the crime scene.
Yes.
Was that given with the timing advance data, or was that just in the general area with the sector?
That was with timing advance data, but it would be with one arc. So it could be in a great length of area in an arc, but the arc was over the crime scene.
Okay, so you did have a sector and an arc.
Yes.
That was my question. Did you ever determine who purchased that cell phone? You said it was purchased in Walmart in Dyersburg. Is there any evidence who purchased that phone?
We believe that two of the victims purchased the phone the night before.
Okay. Do you have any evidence that Austin Drummond purchased that phone?
Not him personally, no, sir.
Now, why did the victims buy two phones the night before? That's the question. Why? I mean, obviously, someone made them, there had to be a reason for them to both buy that. Did they think something was like a big deal was going to go down? Why is Tanaka being charged for kidnap? Why isn't Tanaka being charged for kidnapping too? Good question. They're all into the rug drops in Northwest, sending them to NW. Yeah, but like, what was the story that made them get the phones the night before? What was the tarp for? Good question. Yes, Chris. Yeah, Chris, I pushed it till later. Yeah. Thank you, honey.
In Bikini Bottom, you said that you located the Tennessee license of Matthew Wilson as well as his truck in Ravine, is that correct?
The truck was in a ravine. My understanding is the Tennessee DL was a paper copy, and it was not down the hill. It was up more in a kind of common area, but it wasn't down the ravine.
Were you involved in that search or processing that scene?
No, sir. No, sir.
Yes, sir. Any redirect, General?
No, Your Honor.
Agent Clausen, thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Your next witness, General.
Special Agent Justin Tubbs.
Bastard has caused so much
Agent
pain.
Tubbs, you would please come to the witness stand, sir.
So much pain.
If at any time any of the parties need to take a break, use the restroom, or do anything, just let me know, and I'll be happy to do that. I just forgot to mention that. Agent Tubbs, raise your right hand, sir, please.
You solemnly swear to the testimony you're about to give is the truth, so help you God?
I do. Thank you, sir.
Would you state your name, please?
Justin Tubbs,
And Special Agent Tubbs, where do you work, sir?
with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation.
How long have you worked there?
Been there since 2018.
And do you recall, were you on call or were you called on the evening of July 29th, 2025?
I was called, yes.
Do you know what the purpose of that call was?
Lake County Sheriff's Department had been called to an area out by the prison where two vehicles, I had received emails about the child that was missing that morning or that afternoon
From Dyer County?
from Dyer County, and the parents of the child plus the grandmother and the uncle of the child. So whenever I was called, I was told their vehicles and the
Hold on.
deceased victims.
Who is this guy? Is Justin Tubbs, but is he with the FBI? Hold on. Who is he with? Let me see. Special TBI. He's with TBI. Okay.
Out at the end of Carrington Road.
Okay. Did you go to that scene?
I did.
Once you got to that scene, what did you see?
There were members of not only the Dyer County Sheriff's Department, Lake County Sheriff's Department, Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, because it was on their land. But there was also some special agents from the TBI who had also been called to come out and assist me. Once we got out there, I saw the black Charger that was known to be driven by Braden Williams, 15-year-old child, and a white Traverse that was known to be driven by Courtney Rose.
Was anyone inside the vehicles?
They were not.
Okay. What'd you do after locating those vehicles?
We had Deputy Hunter Brady walk us around the scene as to what he had discovered whenever he first came upon the scene. And he showed us inside of the white Traverse, there was a red brownish stain substances that are consistent with what I know to be blood. And then he showed us.
Let me ask you this. Do you know who that white Traverse belonged to?
Hold on. Wait a
It was
second.
driven, it was
Where did he find the brownish stains?
the scene, and he showed us inside of the white Traverse. There was a red brownish
The white Traverse.
stains substances that are consistent with what I know to be blood. And then he showed us.
Let me ask you this. Do you know who that white Traverse belonged to?
It was known to be driven by Courtney Rose.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And if you drive down Carrington Road, to the left where it kind of comes to a dead end, it's almost like a parking lot where these vehicles were parked. Behind that is whenever you start walking into the woods, same as what the deputy before was talking about. If you cross the road, you have wooded area in front of you. So the deputy took us to the back of the parking lot and showed us where Braden Williams and Miss Courtney Rose were laying. They were covered with what looked like to be camouflage burlap, which is commonly used with hunting that I know of.
They were covered with camouflage burlap. Wow. Camouflage burlap.
And then he walked us in front of the parking lot across the road where the bodies of Adriana Williams and Matthew Wilson were at. And they were also covered with the same type of burlap.
Were you able to, were they all four deceased?
They
the time
were.
that you arrived?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to determine the,
Shut up, you're right, ICU. He used burlap sacks or something like that. He was a hunter. He was a big hunter. Very good. Yes. Absolutely right. My God.
cause of death at that time? Or
They-
what, not a medical cause, but what appears to be?
The injuries were consistent with gunshot wounds that all four victims had.
Were you able to determine how many gunshot wounds there were?
Not at the time.
Were you able to at a later time?
Yes, whenever the medical examiner out of Nashville called me with preliminary findings, he informed me of how many wounds and type of wounds that each victim had.
What type of wounds did Courtney Rose have?
She had been shot in the head
How many times?
at least once that I remember.
What about Brayton Williams?
He had been shot in the back of the head.
What about Adriana Williams?
She had also been shot in the head.
And what about Matthew Wilson?
Mr. Wilson had been shot in multiple places in his body for approximately 11 times.
Oh God. I think Matthew was the target. I mean, if you're shot 11 times, it ain't over.
I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Please. Please. Please help me. Please.
Oh. He's getting emotional. You can see it. You can see it in the TV eyes. That's Matthew's mom exiting the court. I don't think she knew that. Why do you think the body was likely moved there? Matthew is the father of the baby. Oh, anybody would, Golden Girl. My God, I don't know how they go through it. Shannon, there you are. Good to see you. Thank you so much, honey. Appreciate you. I've got two Shannons for mods, and I thought the other Shannon, which is in here now, both the Shannons are in here now. But I thought you was in here yesterday. Good to see you, honey. And Austin was wearing camouflage the night before he was captured.
Go ahead, Neil.
Bless her heart.
Was there you had said earlier that
And the thing is, Austin probably gets joy out of that. That's her son, that monster right up in that room did to her baby boy, who was at work earlier. Adriana, thank you so much. The loss of a child is horrifying. I'm in that club. God be with them. Andrea, I'm so sorry, honey. I truly am. I truly am sorry. That's a club nobody wants to be in. You know, the cry, ugh, makes me want to cry, of a parent when their kid is gone. It's a gut wrenching to the core of the soul, the basement of the soul cry. That's how deep it is.
Those events that have been found in Dyer County.
Yes, sir.
I assume, did you find any evidence of an infant that may have been there?
I didn't see any evidence in the vehicle at the time. Whenever we realized the totality of the scene, myself and my immediate supervisor that was on the scene, we decided to call the violent crime response team that TBI has, and we stepped back away from the scene and secured it until they got there.
And after they got there and they processed the scene, did you continue with the investigation?
We did. We set up a command post away from the crime scene at the Old National Guard Armory here in Tiptonville.
Were you eventually able to develop a suspect in these homicides?
We were a person of interest, yes.
And who was that?
Mr. Austin Drummond.
Did you see him in court today?
I do.
You identify him?
He's a gentleman sitting at the defense table in the inmate uniform.
After getting there, you said that there were two vehicles there. Did you get information that there may have been a third vehicle?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
We were told.
This motherfucker right here. Ugh. I tell you, I hope judgment rains down on your ass.
Been a third vehicle?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
We were told by Miss Kim Hamill, which is Mr.
Not
Wilson's
yet, Buddha.
mother, that
Not
he
yet,
drove
baby.
a older model F-150.
You know what color it was?
It was white with a red stripe down the side of it.
Was that vehicle out there that day?
It was not.
Did you think that maybe that was something you needed to be looking for?
Yes, sir.
What did you do?
Chief Joe England with the Tiptonville Police Department, before we got to Tiptonville, had already been looking at video from the Tiptonville Fire Department. There's a camera there, and he had found video of the victims arriving that morning, passing the fire department, driving north out towards Carrington Road, and then I believe there was video of the truck returning a few minutes later, about an hour or so later.
Okay. And you said that was footage from the Tiptonville Fire
God,
Department.
no.
Correct.
Okay. Did you review that footage yourself?
I did not.
Okay.
I mean, I did look at pictures that Chief
At a
was
later
sending us.
time.
Correct. We obtained the entire video. We sent an agent to Tiptonville to obtain video not only from the fire department and other places of interest along Highway 78.
One thing that we usually look at on security cameras is the date and time.
Correct.
Did you check that on these cameras?
On the fire department camera, I did ask the chief to check what the time on the timestamp was on the camera footage versus the real time.
Okay. And was it accurate?
It was not.
Okay. What about how far off was this approximately?
Approximately 53 minutes.
53 minutes. Okay. Was the date correct?
Yes.
All right. Make it work. I'm going to show you a video on the screen there. And I'm just going to go ahead and move forward to the point that we're interested in.
General, while you're pulling that up, I want to ask one question. You're saying, I just heard a moment ago, you said on the time period right there, which is marked in the right-hand corner of the screen, bottom right-hand corner, that is actually, if it's saying 5:35, it's actually 53 minutes ahead in time. Is that what you're saying?
So if it's 5:35, it's going to be 53 minutes. So the time that's on there, it's 53 minutes.
Okay, so it should be 6:28 or somewhere around
Approximately.
6. Okay,
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to make sure of that. Thank you.
Okay, I want you to look at this camera at the fire department. Tell me if you can tell me what these, I'm sorry, let me back just a second. These,
So this is Braden's car, right? Right here.
I'm sorry, let me back just a second. You recognize that white vehicle?
It appears to be the white Traverse of Miss Courtney Rose.
And what direction is that vehicle traveling?
It is traveling north.
And what, in relation
Oh, that's
to
the
fire
Traverse?
department, where is the crime scene?
If you're looking at the
Oh.
road, the direction that the car is traveling is the direction of Carrington Road.
So that car will be traveling in the direction of the crime scene.
Correct.
And then you recognize that vehicle?
It appears to be the vehicle that Mr. Braden Williams would have been driving.
Right.
Okay. And this would have been, since the time is off, approximately 6:28, somewhere around that time.
Correct.
Once again, this is Tippinville Fire Department camera. Is that right?
Correct. Pointed south.
It's busy to be that time of the morning.
You recognize that vehicle?
I do. That is the vehicle that appears to be driven by Mr. Matthew Wilson.
And is that the vehicle that was not at the scene that you were looking
God.
for?
It was not at the scene.
And the
Not at the
time,
scene.
once again, it's not correct. So is it approximately 20, 22, 23 minutes after the first two vehicles came by?
That's correct.
Okay, so 22, 23 minutes. He's behind 22 or 23 minutes. Remember, he was working.
And then did you later find a video from the fire department as well of one of the vehicles or any of the vehicles leaving the scene?
We did.
Was there a video of all three vehicles leaving?
No, sir.
How many vehicles were actually leaving the scene?
It was a video. On this video, it only captured the truck of Mr. Matthew Wilson.
Was it Mr. Matthew Wilson in the truck or was it just his truck?
It was just his truck, from what I can tell. I couldn't see. I can't ascertain who was in the vehicle.
the same vehicle leaving the scene?
It appears to be, yes.
Okay. Now, you heard testimony from Agent Lawson previously about the phone calls. And there was a talk about a phone call that connected on the cell phone that was at the scene, then left the scene, and then was eventually at Officer Drummond's parents' home. Was it at the same time that coordinated with this video?
Yes,
Now, did you also obtain video footage from Williams' garage?
it was obtained. I haven't viewed it.
Now, were you able to determine that the time on that one was actually correct?
I do remember being told that they had the correct time.
So,
I'm confused in how did he get all of them there? Like, what did he tell them? Was it a deal? Did they think they were meeting someone else? Why was Matthew going there after work? Why are they doing this so early?
now, is this south of the fire department?
It is heading back towards Dyersburg.
Okay, so if you're coming from Dyersburg to the crime scene, this camera would have caught the vehicles first and then the fire department.
Correct.
Right?
The Mexican restaurant here to the left of the screen. And then you have the mural that's painted on these little grain bins or chemical bins.
I don't know. Well, this was definitely premeditated.
Okay. Is that the same white Traverse that we saw previously?
It does appear to be the same watch.
And that time is 6:27 a.m. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So that time is actually accurate. That's the time that the vehicles were actually going towards the crime scene.
The real time, whenever this video was seized
This
or
is
collected,
Austin.
was the same time as what the live image on the screen that they were watching the video was. So yes, that's the correct time.
So that would have been the correct time. And then the black vehicle that is trailing,
That appears to be the same Dodge Charger that was at the crime scene.
I mean, yeah, it could have been a contraband drop. It could have, but they didn't work with Austin, though, did they? Yeah, Braden had a permit to drive. If it was a contraband drop, did they work together? I know Austin dropped stuff on another prison in East Tennessee. Yes.
except it's the red and white truck once again.
It is.
Can you tell how many people are in that vehicle?
There appears to be 2 occupants in the vehicle.
And that time, 6:50 a.m., that would be the accurate time?
That's correct.
All right. 2 occupants in this vehicle, right? 2 occupants. Who are these occupants in this vehicle? They both appear to be white, don't they? They're both white guys.
So about 20
One's
minutes after
Austin.
the first 2 vehicles came by.
Right?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna show you be one other.
Matthew and Adriana. I think this is afterwards. So Matthew and Adriana. Yeah, this is afterwards. Wasn't it? This is going to still? Okay. Apologize. Because you couldn't be traced with that vehicle as much either. And they obviously, pew-pewed him a lot more than they did the other victims, and they take his vehicle as well. It's interesting. Why?
That's the same vehicle now leaving the crime scene.
It appears to be.
And once again, the time on that.
This is 07:25 a.m.
So approximately.
Oh, yeah. He's by himself here. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. We can look at it in a little bit. He is by himself here. He sure is. I think I got it. Let me see. 1 second, guys. Here, I blew it up. Look at this real quick. We'll come straight back to this, but I just blew it up. He, right there. He's definitely by himself. Definitely by himself. See how the wheels are two different colors too? Yep, 7:25 after. And when was the last time they were on their phone? 7:03? 7:03? So he had done 7:01. So he had done all of that. All of that in 24 minutes and was already on his way back. He had already killed 4 people, moved their bodies, covered them up, took the truck, and left in 24 minutes.
30 minutes after we passed by the first time.
That's correct.
30
Can you
minutes.
tell if there's 2 people in the vehicle?
It doesn't appear to be. I can't see anybody in the vehicle from here.
You see anyone in the passenger seat?
You mind if I stand up?
No, go ahead.
I don't mind.
You not?
Do you know how far it is from the Mexican restaurant there to the crime scene if you were driving?
Just a few minutes. I'm not sure on the mileage. Maybe 2-3 miles,
Maybe 10 minutes.
maybe.
And we've got about a 30-minute gap there from the time that the vehicle passes here, gets to the crime scene, and then comes back to that point.
That's correct.
Did you later find that red and white vehicle?
We did.
Where was it found?
It was found in the Bikini Bottoms area. The day before, the paper copy of Mr. Wilson's driver's license had been found. I believe it's commonly known as the 3 Cross Memorial or the Karen Swift Memorial. It had been found by some citizens. We had some people go out there and collect it. The agent at the time believed he saw, it was getting close to dark, believed he saw some tire tracks going down. the gully, the ravine, whatever you want to call it. So we set up a search for the next morning. That morning we had TBI out there, Tennessee Wildlife Resources, members of the Dyer County Sheriff's Department, and they found that truck down that ravine covered by kudzu bones.
Now, if we can go back one other thing, the video that we just
Hold on,
showed, the
what?
truck as it was leaving
Wait,
Tiptonville,
what?
was 7:25
What?
a.m.
Down that ravine covered by kudzu bones.
Now, if we can go back one,
Ravine covered by kudzu bones.
What is he saying there? Cuts at vines. Oh. So he tried to hide it with vines over it. I'm surprised he didn't just light it on fire.
now, if we can go back one other thing, the video that we just showed, the truck as it was leaving Tiptonville, was at 7:25 a.m. Okay. When you heard the testimony of Agent Lawson, did you hear him testify that there was a three-way call taking place at that exact time, 7:25 a.m.
Yes, sir.
between Austin Drummond, Tanaka Brown? Okay, let me rephrase that.
The house is staying, but
That there was a call from that phone that is of interest to Tanaka Brown and Giovanni Thomas.
Correct. The phone that had been at the crime scene that was activated that morning that we later found out was bought by the victims the night before. There was a call to Mr. Gio Thomas and Mr. Tanaka Brown.
And at that exact time that it was passing that Mexican restaurant, 7:25 a.m., the call was being made.
Approximately correct, the exact time. Yes, sir.
All right, so now let me go back to the vehicle that was found. Did you receive any information about how the vehicle got there?
Absolutely, Jen. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Jen says, hold your loved ones tight. You might never know what the next minute holds. So true, Jen. So true. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you.
Got your bikini bottoms?
Correct. We interviewed Miss Michelle Ovelis a couple of times, and she ended up telling us that she was told by Tanaka Brown that he had met Mr. Drummond with the baby out in that area and given him a ride back to Jackson.
Okay. Did
What? Hold on.
Ride Tanaka Brown, and she ended up telling us that Ovelis a couple of times. And she ended up telling us that she was told by Tanaka Brown that he had met Mr. Drummond with the baby out in that area and given him a ride back to.
Tanaka. Not good.
Jackson.
okay. Did you talk to Tanaka Brown about that?
We did.
Did he admit any of those things?
He did.
Did he make any statements about assisting to push the vehicle?
He did not, but he did make that statement to Miss Ovelis's boyfriend, Gio Thomas.
Did Mr. Brown bring anything with him when he picked up Mr. Drummond?
During an interview with Mr. Brown, he informed me that whenever he was on that three-way call with Mr. Drummond, Gio Thomas, that Mr. Drummond had asked him for a ride. And he also told him to pick up cleaning supplies. But he said he stopped at Walmart in Jackson and bought gloves, bleach, and trash bags.
Do you know if those supplies were used at that crime scene?
Glove,
Scene
bleach,
of the
trash
truck?
bags.
We
Not
were told
good.
by Mr. Brown and Miss Ovelis that whenever they returned the vehicle, there was cleaning supplies and trash bags in the trunk along with a gas can.
Oh, wow.
So, Mr. Tanaka Brown,
So when they return the car, you are so dumb. You return the car with gloves, bleach, and a trash can, or no, and a gas can. Yeah, that doesn't says, "Hi, I just rented a car for a crime." Oh my God. Let me tell Austin Drummond has lost his Kutzit. That's what he has done. You have lost your Kutzit, Austin Drummond.
admits that he picks up Mr. Drummond and the baby from Bikini Bottom
Correct. He also told me, I'm sorry,
and takes them where?
takes them to, the first place he took them was to the Clarion Hotel in Jackson off Carriage House Drive. That's where Mr. Drummond's Audi vehicle was parked. Mr. Drummond.
He had plenty of time, right? He had plenty of time because, I mean, he was in damn prison for what, 11
got
years?
the vehicle. Mr. Brown and him went to Cherry Grove Apartments where they dropped that Audi off. They continued on from there with the child in the car to the apartment of Geo Thomas and Michelle Bellis to retrieve the rental car.
Okay. And the rental car, what type of rental car was it?
It was a Nissan Rogue.
You remember the color?
It was a silver or light gray.
And what type
You went rogue.
It did have California tags on it.
And have you received information
I know.
previously from a wildlife officer that may have seen that vehicle?
He is a state park ranger, Mr. Corey Hussey. He had seen a Nissan SUV along with the two victims' vehicles out on Carrington Road earlier that afternoon. And the distinguishing feature on that Nissan vehicle was it had California tags.
Okay. And you actually were able to determine that it was a rental vehicle?
Correct. Whenever we ran the information on that license plate, we found that it was a rental for Enterprise rental car, and it had been picked up at the Enterprise location over in Jackson by the bowling alley.
And do you know who rented that vehicle, who picked it up?
Michelle Bellis had reserved that vehicle on the night of the July 28th.
And you said that you had talked to Ms. Bellis.
We had.
Why did she rent that car?
She stated on the night of the 28th, Mr. Drummond, but she knew him as AD, came to her residence and asked her to rent him a vehicle to be picked up at noon the following day on the 29th.
Okay. And did he actually pick that vehicle up?
He didn't pick it up from Enterprise. He picked it up from her residence later on the 29th at approximately, she said, between 10 and 11 a.m.
Do you know if he was alone at the time he picked up the vehicle?
Ms. Ovellis and Mr. Thomas both told us that Mr. Brown, Mr. Tanaka Brown, was with him whenever he arrived and obtained the rental vehicle and left in it.
Okay. And about what time was it that he left? After he picked up the vehicle and left their residence?
She stated it was sometime between 10 and 11 a.m.
Okay. And that was in Jackson?
That was in Jackson.
Okay.
On the 29th of July.
All right. We've heard evidence already about flock cameras and about looking for footage. Were you able to determine that vehicle actually did have a direction of travel after it was picked up?
Correct. We had it on camera sometime after 11 o'clock, or we did find that it was on camera sometime after 11 o'clock leaving Jackson.
Okay. Which direction did it go?
It was headed north.
Okay. And once again, is the crime scene north of Jackson?
It is.
Okay. Did it eventually make its way to Dyersburg and then back to Lake County?
It did. It was recorded.
This is crazy.
At the intersection over by Love's and Cracker Barrel in Dyersburg,
Okay.
heading towards Lake County, north towards Lake County.
And was the picture clear enough to see if it was clean, dirty, anything about it?
It was. It appeared to be a cleaner car.
Was it later seen coming back into Dyersburg?
It was.
And was there a difference in the car as far as the cleanliness of the car?
I do not recall if it was the camera there in Dyersburg or if it was a camera in Jackson, but it did appear to be dusty from the bed line of the doors, including the tires and rims.
Okay. The road out on Carrington Road, is it a paved road out to the area of the crime scene?
From what I would recall, when you first turn onto the road, it's semi-paved and turns into a gravel road. And
And
the area where the crime scene actually is, where the cars and the bodies were, was a gravel parking lot.
do you have to drive a good distance on that gravel portion of the drive?
You did.
Now, we reviewed video cameras previously of the Dodge Charger.
I mean, that was a perfect place to do that murder, right? There's nobody out there especially that time of the morning. That may be why they did it so early anyways, that he had it done so early anyways, because nobody's going to be out there 6, 7 in the morning.
The white Traverse, the red and white pickup truck, Ford F-150. Was there also video that captured the Nissan Rogue in Tiptonville?
I believe there was a video. I don't recall which establishment that video is from.
Okay. Once again, you did receive video images from Williams Garage.
Correct.
If you would, I'd like to show you a video. Does that appear to be the Nissan Rogue that had been rented?
Yes, it's a light silver, maybe a gray Rogue. It looks to have a license plate on the front of it, unlike what Tennessee requires.
And that was going to be my next question. Does California require a license plate on the front and back?
They normally do, yes.
Okay. And did this vehicle have a California plate on the front and back?
Other images that I've seen of it did have a California plate on the front and the back. Yes,
Just as this appears to have.
correct.
And that time, once again, is 1:08:52.
That's correct.
So this is probably maybe, what, an hour and a half from the time the vehicle was picked up in Jackson?
It was picked up somewhere after 11. It was
So this is when they're picking up the rental car, right? Picking up the rental car
Jackson,
here.
probably approximately 11:30 from what I recall. It'd probably be about an hour and a half or so, a little bit more than an hour and a half.
More than an hour and a half.
Oh, thank you, sweet Linda. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. I love you, Linda. Thank you, baby.
Time we left Jackson. So, okay.
This is really
All
sad.
right. And
It's just really
one
sad to
other
me.
video. And once again, notice that time, 13:08.
That's a good
Do you
point.
recall the time that the vehicle was seen by the park ranger?
Whenever we first interviewed him, he believed that he saw it somewhere between 1 and 1:15.
And that was 1:08. Is that correct?
Correct.
Not the baby's fault at all. Not at all. And to be honest with you, like Austin Drummond, when he was young, he was kicked out of a lot of juvenile places. And then after he robbed that store, he went to prison at 17. And when you spend, 17, to like, well, how long was he in prison? 11 years? That's your entire you know, really early life, and that's when you're most formed. And so he just is the devil now. Austin is 28. He's 28 years old. He went there when he was 17. He got out when he was 27, I think, and he was been out of prison what, 8 months? 8 months? 9 months? Something like that. And now he's getting the death penalty. He deserves it. I don't know the motive yet.
Does that appear to be the same vehicle going back towards Jackson?
It does.
Yes,
So it
kicked
was
out of
originally
several
108,
juveniles
it's now 133.
a laugh a day.
So approximately 20 minutes or less from the time that it was seen previously. Is that right?
Correct.
So would that be just about enough time to go up there, turn around, and come right back?
It would be.
Well, don't know, need TMZ down here to find her. I know people from TMZ. If you need, I could probably call them. What about when is she due? When is she due? She got pregnant, what, a couple months after?
Did you have
We got
information that
together?
at this time, the infant was still with Mr. Drummond in the vehicle?
Yes. Whenever Mr. Brown told us that he dropped whenever they arrived at the house of Ovelis, or the residence of Ovelis and Thomas, he stated that Mr. Drummond transferred not only the baby, but the cleaning supplies he had bought to the road and left the residence with it. So we had no other reason to think that the baby wasn't with him at this time, especially since it didn't get dropped off until after 3 p.m. in Dare County.
Okay. So that was 1:40 when he was going back towards Dyersburg, and then approximately an hour and 20 minutes
Where'd you hear
later,
that, Aries?
the call comes in.
The Dare County 911 call, yes, sir.
And
She definitely is.
this may be a silly question, but do you know if Mr. Drummond was the legal guardian of the child?
No, he wasn't the legal guardian of the child.
Do you know if he had custody of that child, had permission to have the child?
No.
Now, you did request cell phone data with revert from Aubrey, is that right?
Correct. We had started working with our, before we even set up our command post, we started contacting our agent, Andy Valley, who also works with FBI agent Carla Rexing, who also analyzes phones and the type of data that Agent White does. And he started submitting paperwork to AT&T and other companies for the victims' phones to start getting their data.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you able to determine where the phone came from?
The phone in question that Agent Scott Wilson. Dyer County Sheriff's Department had, whenever they gathered the video from Walmart the night before on the 28th, they also got a receipt from Walmart showing that a purchase by the victims of the burlap, the camouflage burlap, or similar camouflage burlap that was at the crime scene, along with a cell phone.
Sorry, General.
Do you recognize that
This is the receipt I've seen. Correct.
from the cell phone purchase?
Right.
And do you know who it was that purchased that cell phone?
At the time, I was told he was one of the victims. I believe, or I do recall that I've been told that Mr. Braylon Williams was actually seen on camera purchasing the phone.
Did you make that exhibit your testimony?
Without objection, Mr. Huffman. Show this mark for State's Exhibit 6.
Baby's due in
Were you
October.
able to determine if that cell phone was used to call any family or friends of Austin Drummond?
Yes, that cell phone was used to call Geo Thomas, who in turn put Mr. Brown on the phone on the three-way call that morning.
Did you interview Mr. Gil Thomas?
We did.
Did he admit to you that he did have that three-way call and was part of the conversation about picking up Mr. Drummond?
That's correct. He did.
And that was to pick him up from Bikini Bottom?
Right.
Now, I've shown you.
Did they buy? Did they buy the burlap to like hide themselves out, or was it used? Was it supposed to be used something to transfer the rugs or something like that? Mm-hmm. Had to be
Video.
something like that.
We've also had the cell phone data. Have you reviewed both of those prior to today? If you looked at those, looked at that data?
I mean, did they drop it with a burlap sack? You know, like, but it was camouflage. Right. I look forward there to be one.
I have some of it, correct.
Okay. Would it be accurate to say that the cell phone data, the timing on the cell phone data and the timing on the videos match?
From the evidence I've seen that's been collected and presented during the investigation, yes, they did match.
Oh yeah, she's pregnant with this baby.
When were you able to take
I agree, Kelly.
Austin Drummond into custody?
She's gonna be a star
He
witness.
was taken into custody on
About what, Alexei?
Tuesday after, I believe it was August 6, 2025.
So a week later?
Correct.
After being taken into custody, are you aware of any statements that Mr. Austin Drummond has made while being incarcerated?
I've been listening to his phone calls, correct?
Did he give an interview with a reporter in Nashville?
Yes, he did.
And in that interview, did he admit that he was at the scene at the time of the murders?
He did.
Nick Barris.
Did he also?
Yeah, he admitted that he was at the crime scene. Nick Barris's interview.
Admit that he had dropped the child off on the side of the road with Irisburg?
I don't recall that part. No.
Are you aware of the fact that Austin Drummond has previous felony convictions?
He does.
One moment.
Yes, sir.
Guys, sorry. I was saying I'm going to end it right here. There's still another hour left. We're going to finish that tomorrow. If you want to watch the rest of it now, it's right here on Court TV. We left off at 1 hour, 7 minutes. So if you want to watch the rest right now, we left off at 1 hour, 7 minutes. If not, we'll finish watching it tomorrow. He did a phone call interview, Yvette. He did. Good to see you, honey. Thank you, Summers Army. Appreciate you, love. Oh, you sent one earlier. I'm sorry, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you very, very much. Good to see you. Hope you're doing better, baby. I've literally slept 3 hours in the past 2 days, and I've got to go to sleep. I have to be up at 5:30. It's 10 o'clock now. And I had to get things ready for the lives today and stuff. So I was following the case in Pennsylvania all last night. Thank you, Ginger. Again, I'll drop that link again. We left off at 1 hour. We were 107. 107. If you want to watch it now, fine. The rest of it on Court TV, or we can finish watching it here tomorrow. But I love you all. I appreciate you. I don't want to sit here and go to sleep. Don't want to do that at all. So, oh, Maurice, I hope you feel better, baby. Hope you feel better. Love you, darling. And tell Mama hello as well. I love you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you, Tina. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Not now, Dean. I'm not muted now. I was. I was. All right. God keep you and be with you. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.